Did you ever wonder how two superpowers managed to avoid a full-scale war for over 4 decades, despite intense ideological, political, and military tensions? Welcome to the labyrinth that is the Cold War, a period defined by a delicate balance of power and a chess game of diplomatic maneuvers. The Cold War, a tug-of-war between the United States and the Soviet Union, unfolded in the aftermath of World War II. The world, devastated and exhausted, found itself divided into two ideological camps. On one side, the United States championed capitalism and democracy. On the other, the Soviet Union promoted socialism and communism. Both superpowers believed their system was the ideal model for the world, and this laid the groundwork for an ideological conflict that would span nearly half a century. The first significant event was the Berlin blockade in 1948, when the Soviet Union blocked Western Allies' railway, road, and canal access to the sectors of Berlin under Western control. This move sparked the Berlin Airlift, a massive effort by the United States and its allies to supply West Berlin by air. The 1950s brought the Korean War, a proxy war where North Korea, supported by China and the Soviet Union, fought against South Korea, backed by the United Nations and principally the United States. This war, which ended in a stalemate, illustrated the intense struggle for power and influence on a global scale. The 1960s were marked by the Cuban Missile Crisis, a 13-day standoff in 1962 that brought the world to the brink of nuclear war. The Soviet Union planned to deploy nuclear missiles in Cuba, just 90 miles off the coast of the United States. However, after intense negotiations, the crisis was averted. In the 1970s, a period known as détente saw a thawing of relations between the United States and the Soviet Union. However, this brief respite ended with the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan in 1979, plunging the superpowers back into a period of heightened tensions. The final phase of the Cold War occurred in the 1980s. The United States, under President Ronald Reagan, adopted a policy of military buildup and launched the Strategic Defense Initiative, a program designed to protect against potential nuclear attack. The Soviet Union, however, was in the throes of economic difficulties and could not keep up. The Cold War officially ended in 1991 with the dissolution of the Soviet Union, marking a victory for the United States and the end of the bipolar world order. In summary, the Cold War was a complex era of history marked by ideological conflict, proxy wars, and diplomatic chess games. It began with the division of the world into two ideological camps following World War II and went through various phases, including the Berlin blockade, the Korean War, the Cuban Missile Crisis, a period of détente, the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan, and the final phase marked by the United States' military buildup and the Soviet Union's economic struggles. The Cold War ended with the dissolution of the Soviet Union and the victory of the United States. This era of history serves as an important reminder of the complexities of global politics and the profound impact of ideological differences on international relations. So as we venture further into the 21st century, let us remember the lessons of the Cold War and strive for a world where dialogue and understanding take precedence over conflict and division. As we conclude our journey through the Cold War, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful dives into history. In the words of George Santayana, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. Let's strive not to repeat the mistakes of the past, but learn from them instead.